Good afternoon. Well, it's not good. There's been an update on the De Montfort University incident. I'm just going to share this with you guys now from the BBC. So, man dies after stabbing near De Montfort University in Leicester as an 18-year-old is arrested. So it looks like there has been a fatal attack in Leicester. Leicestershire police says it believes the fatal stabbing followed an altercation. I'm literally just reading this now, guys, from the mainstream, and then what I will do is I will talk about what other information we know about this. So as of today, literally a couple of seconds ago, this has just been released on the mainstream media that there has been confirmed a stabbing in Leicester, and this is the major incident. I think there's more to this than meets the eye. Fatal attack followed a confrontation, police say. Leicestershire police says it believes the fatal stabbing followed an altercation. Detective Inspector Lorna Granville, senior investigating officer, said, "We are currently piecing together the exact." Hang on, there's been another post. Piecing together exactly what has occurred on the corner of Oxford Street Lane between what is reported as two men involved in an altercation. One of the men is believed to have been stabbed and has then collapsed in the street. And then there's been a new watch. Right, okay, we're not going to watch drone footage. Right, so I'm just going to give you guys what we know right now, and I've been searching all over the internet, so I'm going to give you guys an update on what we know that the mainstream are telling us. So, as of February the 4th today, ladies and gentlemen, the very serious incident that occurred on Tuesday evening, so last night, at or near De Montfort University campus in Leicester city centre, specifically around Oxford Street and areas like the Innovation Centre. Here's what we know so far from reports from major outlets. Now, if you guys, I'm not going to go into what the other people are saying on X because I don't want to get the video banned. I'm going to stick to what the mainstream are telling us. I'm going to report it to you, and then I may give you guys a little bit of, well, there's not much information we can go on at the moment. So the nature of the incident, it involved a fatal stabbing. A man in his 20s was stabbed and died in hospital shortly after. Police have confirmed that a murder investigation is underway. There's been an arrest of an 18-year-old man on suspicion of murder and is in police custody. It's going to be really interesting to see what the fallout of this is. And there's other speculation on X, but I am sticking with what's on the mainstream. So Leicestershire police attended the scene, established a large cordon, which says a lot, and closed several roads in the city, including Oxford Street, for crime scene preservation. The cordon and closures remained in place today and Wednesday morning. There's been a university statement from the De Montfort University, DMU, describing it as a very serious incident in and around their campus. They are cooperating fully with Leicestershire police and an investigation is underway. The details are very slim at the moment, guys. Okay, all we know is that there has been, it's been confirmed this is a stabbing now. This is, it's been treated as a murder investigation, and an 18-year-old gentleman an 18-year-old man has been arrested. Now, it's going to be very interesting because the government should not be able to. I think it's if you're under 18, you get anonymity, right? If you're under 18, you're classed as a child and you get anonymity. So it's going to be very interesting to see how long before the government release details and release an update on this person. So I'm just going to repeat that again, ladies and gentlemen. There has been news out about the incident in De Montfort University. It has been confirmed that there's been a fatal stabbing of a man in his 20s, died in hospital shortly after. The police have confirmed a murder investigation is underway, and the arrest of an 18-year-old man has been reported by the police, and he is now in custody under suspicion of murder. Now, now this is speculation, guys. This is just wild speculation. Now, I've been looking at the size of this cordon and the size of the police response, right? So if we're saying, and look, this is wild speculation now. If we're saying that there was one casualty and it was just an isolated incident, the amount of ambulance crews that turned up, the amount of assets that were sent to that incident tells us a couple of things. One, and again, this is just what this is not from any of the comments on X. I'm just going with the amount of police, emergency services, aircraft, obviously the helicopter was there, and the size of the cordon. I'm just going with that. I'm not going with any of the speculations that other people are saying on comments. I'm saying that to send that type of response tells us two things, really. One, these big cities, these big towns are all on edge waiting for things. These plans have already been put in place. We know that there's something called Operation Plato. Is it Plato or Pluto? I think it's Operation Plato or Pluto, which is the government's response to a marauding terror attack. Now, I talked about this a while ago. I said you're going to see, I called it complicated terror attacks, where you have several incidents in the same city, and they're moving, they're fluid, they're moving from one place to another, they're moving fast. Very difficult for the response teams to counter that. For example, earlier on the live stream, we were talking about what would you do. I know I'm going a little bit off on a side quest here. What would you do if you lived in one of these isolated towns or villages in the countryside and 20 men armed with guns, bats and knives, sorry, not guns, bats and knives, just armed with stabbing things and batty things, right? What would you do? How long would it take the police to get there? And what if there were multiple incidents happening all over the country? So with the size of this, the emergency services response, first of all, we can understand that the government, the local council, they've got plans in place to be able to push assets and resources to a location. The second thing we can say is that this incident may have involved more than one person because of the size, right? If there's reports of one person injured, one person that's been stabbed and that's it, it's over. You're not going to send all those ambulance crews, right? You're not going to have that huge cordon stopping people coming in to preserve evidence. So I don't know if more information is going to come out. I don't know if more information is going to come out about this. I would suspect there is. It's going to be interesting to see who this person is, what their motives are, if any. And where do we go from this? Like, literally, where do we go from this? Because I've said many times on many live streams, we're only one incident away. We're one mass incident away from everybody in the United Kingdom just thinking, you know what? I mean, look, we've just had the Epstein files released, right? And it turns out there's some like weird occult stuff happening, and like people are drinking, people are torturing people, and there's stuff happening to kids. Turns out we're about to have a civil war in the United Kingdom, and we're all still going to work and paying our taxes. Right, listen, guys, this is just going to be. I said I would jump on if there was an update on what's happening in Leicester. So that's the update. I will be this is not going to be a long live stream. I will be closing this down shortly. What I will say is I'm going to be giving more of an update. I'm going to be giving more of an update on this later on tonight when I'm back on the live stream at 8. But it does look like, well, you know what, the official response is that Leicester police have confirmed there is and this is from the BBC, Murder inquiry is underway after a stabbing. Leicestershire police confirmed a murder investigation is underway after a man in his 20s was fatally stabbed close to the city centre. Officers were called just after 5 o'clock yesterday, Tuesday evening, after reports of a man had stabbed another man in an altercation, in an alleged altercation. We have to say that because the investigation's not gone through. The man died in hospital shortly after, and an 18-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of murder. So that's what we know. But listen, you know, I've been speaking about this for a while. We're so close. We are at the tipping point. We're literally at the tipping point. The investment phase is already done. We are one major incident away from everything going. And I was talking about this on a live stream earlier. Right, guys, that is going to be it. I'm going to close this down. Right, there's quite a few on the chat. I'm not going to get any of the chat, guys. I'll listen. You guys that are commenting on the chat, you guys are commenting on the chat. I'll be back on later tonight at 11, not 11. I'll be back on later tonight at 8. I will be giving an update unless there's something major comes out on this information on this incident. I'll probably just cover this later on tonight. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you good morning. Stay safe, stay vigilant, because the United Kingdom in general is about to go poppy. It's about to pop off. It really is, guys. The United Kingdom is about to pop off. And I bid you good morning. I'll see you later.